Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're showing Zorro's Black Whip, Parts 1. I don't know why I keep saying parts, but it's Part 1 we're showing. You'll notice that in this, at no time do they say Zorro. It's implied that this is, first of all, Zorro's nephew, and then Zorro's niece takes over. So make sure you tune in and watch the show. Thanks again. Good night.
Looting, arson, murder. It's going on all over this territory. Immigrants crossing our borders are being attacked and slaughtered. My stages are being held up almost every run. No man's life or property is safe, and not a hand is being raised to put a stop to it.
It can't be stopped. Not as long as we have no organized law enforcement in this territory. That's why my paper's been hammering on the benefit statehood would bring us.
Well, that's your answer. I'm marshal here, but my authority ends at the edge of town. There's no one to fight the outlaws outside the township, unless he's got nerve enough to do it on his own hook, like the Black Whip.
Well, maybe the Black Whip works outside the law, but he sure works for it. Why, he's saved plenty of settlers and ranchers from outlaw attacks.
That's true, but we can't depend on one masked man to fight this reign of terror. We've got to find other ways.
I have found another way. That's why I called this meeting. The outlaws went too far when they stole federal funds from my bank. I telegraphed Washington, and there's a federal commissioner on his way here to take charge of things until we hold the statehood election.
What's wrong, Hammond?
Oh, everything. Federal commissioner's coming in this afternoon to investigate that bank job and to take charge of this district until the election.
What are we going to do?
What we're not going to do is lose the big stakes that we've been playing for. It's up to you to see that that commissioner never reaches Crescent City.
Why, he's a government man.
No matter who he is, he can't come in here and smash what I've built up. We organized to take what we wanted from stages, wagon trains, and settlers. We're running this territory to suit ourselves, and we can keep it that way if we keep statehood out.
All right. I reckon we can take care of the commissioner. Come on, Harris.
Now, wait a minute. There's just one complication. The Meredith girl is driving the commissioner in from the railroad, and she'll be a witness to what happens.
That's right. I guess we'll have to...
No, capture her. We'll hold her prisoner and force her brother to close down his newspaper. That'll stop his crusading for statehood. You got all the aces up your sleeve. Take enough men with you and be sure of the job.
All right. I reckon we can take care of just one man and a girl.
I've heard a lot about this Black Whip. Who is he?
He's kept his identity a secret so far.
I wonder why he doesn't come into the open and declare himself.
Probably because he's just one man against so many outlaws. If they knew who he was, his life wouldn't be worth a cent.
That's right.
I expected to find somebody in trouble when I picked up this nut down the road away.
Well, we're certainly glad to see you, sir. And this. Oh, do you belong in these parts?
No, I'm a surveying engineer for the Transcontinental Railroad. My name is Dick Gordon.
Glad to know you, Mr. Gordon. My name is James Bradley, Special Commissioner for the government. And this is Miss Barbara Meredith of Crescent City.
How do you do?
I'll get the wheel.
You saved us a lot of trouble, Mr. Gordon, and we're grateful.
I'm glad I happened along. I guess we'd better get that wheel on.
Black Whip.
badly hurt. I'll get him into your rig.
No, wait. I've got to tell you.
Don't try to talk. We'll get you to a doctor right away, Mr. Bradley.
It's too late. Listen to me. Vic Gordon is one of my undercover agents. Vic, you'll have to carry on alone.
Not alone. My brother will help. But there must be something I can do.
There is, Barbara. I appoint you Vic's deputy. I can't give either of you written authority, but he will be your witness and you his. Stamp out these eagles. Bring Idaho into the Union.
Randy! 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 Randy!
Herald editor murdered. Found dead at ranch. An unknown murderer last night ended the brilliant career of Randolph Meredith, owner and publisher of this newspaper. Although there was no clue to the actual killing, the crime was undoubtedly instigated by the lawless element that has resented Meredith's crusade for statehood. His sister, Miss Barbara Meredith, will take charge of the paper and continue the fight.
Any of your men do the job?
None that I know of.
Meredith made plenty of enemies with that paper.
Yes, and one of them did us the favor of removing it.
Yeah, but if that girl runs it, the newspaper will still be in our hair plenty.
No, she's asking for trouble. I tried to talk her out of it and tell her how dangerous it was. But she's full of big, noble ideas. She's even going to improve the plant. New presses and equipment coming in this afternoon.
That's mighty interesting. How are they coming in?
By wagon train from the railroad terminal?
You want me to take care of them?
Yes. We must do a thorough job of this. Before you go, I want you to wreck that Herald office down to the last stick of type.
That'll be a pleasure. Where's Miss Meredith?
Out at the ranch. Yep. What can I do for you?
Just get your hands up, quick.
What is this? I've got nervous indigestion.
Shut your trap and get over.
Now,
Get a rope.
now, wait a minute. I've got to take a pill.
Howdy. You in charge here?
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm Vic Gordon, surveyor for the Transcontinental Railroad. I want to run an ad for some laborers.
You'll have to come back when Miss Meredith's here. She handles the ad stuff.
All right. Tell her I was here, will you? Drop it. Get over there. Drop your gun.
10 Point?
The bandits wrecked the office, Miss Barbara. Yep, two big thugs. They're gonna grab our new presses. I put up an awful battle. And then Vic Gordon drove the...
Calm down, 10 Point. Never mind the rest of the story. What about the new press?
They've got men waiting on the road at Triangle Rocks to grab the freight wagon.
I'll try to stop them.
Somebody's after him. We'll pot that pigeon before he knows we're here. Don't shoot him, rope him. He's out cold. What do you want him alive for?
He's cut in on our play twice now, and I want to find out what his game is. He's been acting mighty curious. Here comes the wagon with the press. We'll take Gordon to the shack. You bring along the horses.
Lay on the leather, I'll stop you.
meeting has been called at the request of Mr. Gordon, surveyor for the Transcontinental Railway Company. He's already run up against some of the problems that confront us in dealing with these outlaws. And he has a plan which he hopes will uncover their leader and break up the band. I'm sure we'll welcome any idea he suggests.
You bet we will.
We'll be mighty glad to listen.
Let's have it, Gordon. Thank you, gentlemen. Whoever's behind these attacks obviously doesn't want this territory to become a state. He must be caught. If the law can't reach him, perhaps money will.
You mean buy him off?
No. I suggest we raise a large fund and offer reward to anyone who will tell us who he is.
How do we raise this fund?
By asking ranchers, businessmen, and citizens to contribute every cent they can.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Well, I'll put in all I can. You can count on me.
Well, I'm with you 100%. Since Gordon thought of this plan, I propose that he take full charge in collecting this fund.
Good enough.
Suits me. He's elected.
It's all in your hands, Gordon.
Thank you.
$10,000 reward offered for exposure of outlaw leader. This large sum has been pledged to Mr. Gordon of the Transcontinental Railway. It'll be paid to anyone giving information that results in exposing the leader of the outlaws.
10,000's a lot of dough.
That's enough to tempt some of our men to talk out of turn.
We could stop the whole business by knocking Gordon off before he collects the money.
No, he'll have it all collected by tonight.
Well, then how?
I don't know yet. You stick around. I'll figure out something by then.
75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. The total is correct, Gordon. $10,000. You've done a fine job. I hope this will run the rascals to earth. Sure to tempt some of them to talk, eh, Hammond?
Well, I hope so.
Is it too late to put the money in your bank?
Yes, the time locks have been set for the night. But I'm sure Hammond wouldn't mind keeping it in his vault till morning.
No, I'll be glad to.
Well, I'm glad that's been taken care of. See you later, gentlemen.
Good night, DeWaltz. There you are.
How much longer do you expect to stay here, Mr. Hammond?
Well, I don't know. About an hour or so. Why?
I'd like to keep an eye on the place tonight.
You think that's necessary?
Well, I feel sort of responsible for that money.
I see. All right.
I promised Miss Meredith I'd give her a list of the contributors and the amounts they gave. I'll be back before you close so I can stand guard. All right with you?
Sure thing. You run along. I'll be here when you get back.
Thanks.
Hello? For you, Rick.
Hello? Speaking. Yeah? What? Repeat that. Yes, I'll be there. Who is this? Looks like our scheme has worked. Someone after the reward. Wants me to meet him right away at Council Rock.
It may be a trap to get the money.
I don't think so. He didn't ask for it in advance, and I'm not taking it along.
I think you'd better take a witness.
No. He said I was to come out alone or he wouldn't talk. I'll meet him there, and then we'll act on his information. I'd better be going.
Good luck.
Thanks. So long.
Now what?
I think Vic's walking into a trap.
Oh, Miss Barbara, you ain't going out there, are you?
Yes. He may need help.
I'm Vic Gordon. Are you the man who telephoned me?
Yes, where's the money?
You didn't ask me to bring the money. You'll get it when you name the outlaw leader.
That won't be necessary. We know the money is in Hammond's vault, and we'll have it before morning. This is just a trick to get you out of the way.
Quick, after him!
When you get the money, set the explosion so it'll blow that vault open. You know, this has got to look like the real thing. So no one will suspect me.
Those in this. Set the explosion. Hold it.
Turn around. Now march.
You ain't going in place, mister.
Drop that gun.
Light that fuse.
Black, quick! Light that fuse. Hurry it up. Black, quick!
thieves are getting away.
What's this all about?
We heard an explosion, and we caught Gordon here trying to run away.
I was after the men who blew that safe.
Let's get this straight. I was knocked on the head. The $10,000 was taken from the vault. You were supposed to come back here and guard that money. Now, why didn't you?
I was following a clue. I got a telephone call from a man who said he had information about the leader of the outlaws.
Can you prove that?
Yes, I have witnesses. Miss Meredith and 10 Point Jackson were there when the call came.
They didn't hear the other end of that conversation. That phone call could have been part of your alibi, and the man who made it could be on his way to the border right now with the money.
That's right.
Sure he could.
Gordon, one of the men that attacked you?
Oh, I don't know. They sneaked up behind me, told me not to turn around, and hit me on the head.
Well, one of them spoke to you, huh? Could it have been Gordon's voice?
Well, as a matter of fact, I thought it was Gordon. Thought it was sort of a joke.
I had the money in my hand this afternoon. If I wanted to steal it, I wouldn't have brought it back here.
That's just what a smart crook would do. You thought that was the best way for you to get away with it. I tell you,
Better save that for your trial, Gordon. You're under arrest. Come on. Good morning, Miss Meredith.
Good morning. May I speak with Mr. Gordon alone?
Well, I reckon it's legal for the press to interview a prisoner. I'll be right outside.
Vic, there must be some way to clear you of this ridiculous charge.
It may be ridiculous, Barbara, but the evidence is all against me.
But you could clear up everything by explaining that you're a government agent.
If I did that, my usefulness would be over.
If there were only some way we could prove that you were led into a trap by that mysterious telephone call.
The Black Whip helped me escape from that trap. Maybe he'd back my story if he'd read it in your paper.
I'll print it at once.
Sure glad you came, Miss Barbara. Yep, there's a heap of trouble brewing.
What's the matter, 10 Point?
Well, there's a bunch of men down at the saloon organizing to break into the jail and get Vic Gordon.
We've got to do something to stop them.
Nope, too many of them, and they ain't aiming to be stopped by anyone.
The return of that money could stop them. It's a slim chance. But I'm going to ride out on the trail where I lost track of the bandits last night. I may find a clue that will lead me to them.
Now, look, Miss Barbara, you hadn't ought to go get mixed up in this.
We can't take chances on Gordon coming to trial. The railway attorneys will defend him and probably get him off, so I had Wagner bring in some of his men to take care of him.
I wish I could help him.
No, you better get out of town. You're too well known around here.
What about the reward money?
Well, have Harris take it to Capital City for safekeeping until this thing blows over.
Right.
There's only one way to deal with crooks like Gordon, and it's up to us to do it.
That's right, son. That's right.
He got us to donate our money for the reward, and then stole it. Well, are we going to stand by and let him get away with that?
No, we ain't. We'll teach these outlaws a lesson.
Well, it's about time something was done.
Right.
Wagner and his men will take care of that Gordon, all right.
Wanger's men are going to take Gordon out of jail.
Looks like we'll have no more trouble with him. What do we do next?
The boss wants you to take the reward money over to Capital City right away.
Right.
Well, here it is. I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
We want the prisoner. Open that door.
Take it easy, man. Gordon deserves a fair trial. Looks like this bunch means business, Vic.
Come on, batter down the door. Here it comes. You better open up in there.
That'll do it.
And there you are.
Come on, give it to him.
Put some weight on her now.
Animal! Hit him!
Wait a minute, man. Stop now. You've got to listen. Stop. You've got to listen to me. You're going against all law and order. Whatever the charges are against this man, he deserves a fair trial.
We'll give him what he deserves, Hammond. And it'll be a warning to all crooks to keep out of this territory. Bring him along, men.
You're making a big mistake, man. We want the prisoner. Open that door. Come on. There you are. Come on. Give it to him. Put some weight on her now. Get him, boy. Hit him. You've got to listen. Stop. You've got to listen to me. You're going against all law and order. Whatever the charges are against this man, he deserves a fair trial.
We'll give him what he deserves, Hammond. And it'll be a warning to all crooks to keep out of this territory. Bring him along, men.
You're making a big mistake, man.
You got about 1 minute left to say where you hid that money you stole.
I told you I didn't steal it.
Oh, yeah? Black whip.
What does it say? Here's the stolen money and one of the men who took it. He can probably tell you who is behind him and his gang. And it's signed the Black Whip.
The Black Whip is right. This man is one of the bunch that attacked my wagon train in Eagle Pass.
What?
Yes. Come on, we'll take care of him right now.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Here, take it easy.
We've had enough mob rule around here for one day.
He's right. I told you men you were making a mistake. Now let's not make another. We'll turn this man over to the marshal.
I'm with you there.
I guess that's the ticket.
Bring him along.
Black Whip captures bandit. Vic Gordon cleared of robbery charges. In a spectacular manner, the Black Whip recovered a $10,000 citizens fund and captured the bandit who stole it. What worries me, Marshal, is the story that Barbara printed. It says that on Friday you're taking Harris to Capital City, where he'll be tried by a federal judge.
Well, that's the truth. What's wrong about it?
We're pretty sure that Harris belongs to the organized gang that's trying to keep Idaho from becoming a state.
And now that they know your plans, they'll try to rescue Harris when you leave town with him.
Well, very likely. But I'll probably take along a deputy.
That won't help much if they attack in force. The best way would be to throw them completely off the track.
You got some kind of an idea?
Yes. Deputize me and turn Harris over to me tonight. I'll get him to the Glenville relay station and catch the Capital City stagecoach tomorrow morning. In the meantime, don't let anybody talk to him.
That sounds like a good scheme. I stay here in town. Everybody will think the prisoner's still here in jail. All right, I'll do it. I'll fix you up some papers to take along.
Good. I'll pick them up tonight when I take Harris out. Come on, Barbara.
This is sort of coming down in the world, isn't it?
What is?
I mean, for a federal undercover agent to be deputized by a small-town marshal.
I hadn't thought of that. But I can't very well tell them who I am till after the election for statehood.
Hey, Marshal.
Yeah?
Will you do something for me?
That all depends.
I won't be needing this watch where I'm going. That's all I got left to send my wife. Will you ship it to her by express?
All right. What's her address?
Mrs. Ed Harris, Laramie, Wyoming.
Mrs. Ed Harris, Laramie, Wyoming. When did the marshal bring this in?
Just before we closed last night. He said Harris wanted it sent by express.
There's something funny about this.
What's funny about Harris sending something to his wife?
Just this. Harris hasn't got a wife, never had one. He must be trying to send a message to us from jail.
I don't see why. He knows we'll never let the marshal get to Capital City with him. His watch and chain. Is that all that's in there?
Yes. Now, what was he up to? Oh, why, of course. They're sneaking me out of jail tonight to catch the Capital City stage at the Glenville relay station in the morning.
They've crossed us up.
Not yet they haven't. That stage doesn't leave the relay station for an hour. You and your men can overtake it if you ride fast.
I'll make it.
City Herald.
10 Point, you'll have to go to press without me. I just saw Baxter and his men heading for the stage road. I'm afraid they found out about Harris.
Then you'd better stay away from there, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara. All right, don't listen to me. But you'll get into some serious trouble. And it's mighty hard on my nerves, I can tell you.
Peggy's gun and horse.
The Black Whip. We'll get him this time.
What do you know? The Meredith Ranch. I wonder.
So do I. It's strange how we lost the Black Whip so close to this place.
Maybe he's hiding at the ranch.
But how could he get in there without us seeing him? You know, maybe we better look into this. The girl's always printing stuff about him in her paper. Maybe she knows who he is and where he's hiding out.
Yeah.
Hello, 10 Point.
Howdy, Vic.
Where's Barbara?
Still at the ranch, I reckon.
I have something important to tell her. Call her on the telephone, will you?
What do you want?
Plenty, sister. Where's the Black Whip?
What makes you think I know?
I'm asking the questions. Where is he and who is he?
Someone playing a lone hand against you cutthroats who are trying to prevent Idaho from becoming a state.
Never mind the 4th of July speech. You know what I mean. What's his name?
If I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
You better spill it off.
Hold it.
Heard from Barbara yet?
Nope. I've been ringing the ranch every 5 minutes since you left.
And I've checked every place in town she could possibly be. Nobody's seen her. I'm going to the ranch.
Hello?
This is Barbara.
Where are you? Vic's here, and I've been plenty worried.
Never mind. Take this down and print it in today's edition. Ready? Appeal to the Black Whip. Am a prisoner and will be released at once. If you come to Tower Rock, look for arrows drawn on rocks to point out rest of way. It's your life or mine. Signed, Barbara Meredith. That's all, except print that on the front page in octavum verbum type. Get that?
That's enough. We better hitch a team to the hay wagon so we can take her to the mine in comfort and well hidden. We won't be gone long enough for you to get lonesome.
No, it don't make sense.
Why doesn't it?
Because it's addressed to the Black Whip, and she, nobody knows who he is.
Didn't Barbara say anything else?
No. Only to put it in the front page and, print it on with octavum verbum type. We ain't got any octavum verbum type. In fact, there's never heard of any by that name. Barbara must have meant something else.
She does mean something else. She's trying to tell us something. Octavum verbum is Latin. It means eighth word. Maybe she wants us to read every eighth word. Let's try it. At. Look. Out. Mine.
At Lookout Mine. That's it. That's what she meant. She's a prisoner at Lookout Mine. No. That old mine's been closed for over a year. Nobody ever goes near it.
Well, there's somebody there now. How do I get to it?
It's about 5 miles east of the town at the foot of Lookout Peak. But you better be careful. If they see you coming, Barbara's life won't be worth a plugged nickel.
Don't worry, old-timer. They won't see me.
Now, mister. She's gone. I didn't see a sign of her.
She must have headed for town.
Yeah, and she knows our hideout's in the Lookout Mine. She'll probably send a posse out there, and they'll grab the boys. Better ride out and warn her. What are you doing, playing games?
You can call it that. Steady. Get over by them.
Mr. Black Whip, take off that mask. Take it off or... Let him have it. Hold it or I'll shoot. Up with him. Now, Mr. Black Whip, take off that mask. Take it off or...
Wait! Wait a minute!
Barbara, I expected to find you at Lookout 9. We decoded your message and I hurried out there.
That's where I'd be if the Black Whip hadn't rescued me on the way.
And he got to the mine in time to save my life. It's It's remarkable how he always turns up at the right time.
This time it can be explained. Some of it, anyway. After he released me, he probably followed the outlaws to the mine.
That must be it. But I'm still worried about you, Barbara.
Why?
Because you're in danger as long as these outlaws think you know who the Black Whip is.
They're probably just desperate and striking out in the dark. They might have tried the same thing on you or the marshal, even on 10 Point.
They'd better not. 10 Point is so worried about you, he's down to his last bottle of zitter tonic.
Poor 10 Point. I'd better ride in and relieve his mind. I'll have to send someone out to fix the phone anyway.
I'll go along and do a little guard duty.
Hello, Zeke.
Howdy, Miss Barbie. Mighty good to see you.
Thank you, Zeke. Oh, I'd like you to meet Vic Gordon. Vic, this is Zeke Hayden.
Glad to know you, Zeke.
That makes it unanimous. They tell me you're nigh on to as good a newsprint man as your brother was.
Oh, I'll never be that good, I'm afraid. But I manage somehow. How about you, Zeke? Any luck?
Yep, I think I've made me a strike after all these years.
Oh, Zeke, I'm so glad for you.
Congratulations. Isn't this a story for the Herald, Miss Editor?
It certainly is. If Zeke doesn't mind my printing it. Why, the news of a gold strike will spread like wildfire. It'll bring droves of settlers to vote Idaho into statehood.
That's what I was figuring, but I couldn't say it's fancy.
Maybe it wouldn't be wise to mention Zeke's name or the location of the strike.
I defy anyone to find the location of my strike. I took care of that.
That's good, Zeke, but Vic's right. We won't mention any names or places yet. Isn't it dangerous to carry around evidence of the strike?
Maybe, but I got to have it assayed. I'm sending this to Capital City by stage.
We're going into town. We could take it into the stage office for you.
Thanks, that'll save me a trip.
So long, Zeke. Take care of yourself. Ah!
Bye.
Brooks Assay Company, Capital City. Shipped by Zeke Hayden. This might explain that mysterious gold strike.
Gold strike? Where?
There's a bulletin about it over in the newspaper office. That's mighty high-grade ore. Looks like old Zeke really has made a strike.
When this news gets around, we'll be swamped with settlers.
Yes, and every one a voter for statehood. We've got to stop Hayden before he gives any more news to that paper. That'll check the gold rush. But first, I want to find out where this strike is.
It must be near his camp.
Oh, not necessarily. Might be anywhere within 20 miles of it. Tell Baxter and Harris to find out, then finish him off. And tell them also not to bungle this one, or there'll be some notices in the paper they won't be reading.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the paper, Vic?
Well, you can read it over the shoulders of everybody in town.
Yep, them shoulder readers is what's cramping our circulation.
I'm riding out to the ranch, Vic. How would you like a nice home-cooked dinner as payment for being my bodyguard?
Well, I can't think of a single objection.
Good. We can stop by Zeke's camp on the way and give him a copy of the paper.
Couldn't you sell a copy for once?
Now you're going to tell us where your gold strike is.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You struck gold someplace, and I want to know the location of your strike.
I ain't struck nothing. Somebody's been bamboozling you.
Quit stalling. We know all about the ore shipments you've been making.
Get that poker. We'll make him talk. Take his boot off.
Hey, Baxter.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what we're looking for.
That sounds like trouble at Zeke's camp. hurt bad, Vic?
We ought to take him to a doctor.
I don't feel up to going that far.
It might be better not to move him. I'll drive to the ranch and telephone for a doctor.
Fine, Barbara. I'll stay here and do what I can for Zeke.
Uh-huh, so that's where the claim is. Hammond will be glad to hear this.
But not if the old man's still alive. We can't get him with Gordon there.
We're not so far from Hammond's old mine. We'll get a keg of powder and roll it off that cliff above Zeke's camp. Take care of him and Gordon, too.
Hello?
Hello, 10 Point. This is Barbara. Zeke Hayden's been shot. Get a hold of Dr. Shaw and have him go right out to Zeke's camp.
All right. But where are you now, Miss Barbara?
At the ranch, but I'm going back to the camp in case there's more trouble.
Yep. Same old story. Trouble for you, worry for me.
Better lie down a while, Zeke.
Thanks. I can manage now. You better keep your eyes open.
You're right, Zeke. I'll go up on the cliff and take a look around.
Here comes Gordon.
That's far enough, Gordon. The Black Whip!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Three Stooges for mirth and madness. I'm Mose. Simple and screwy. I'm Shemp. Loony and ludicrous. I'm Larry. Yes, the Three Stooges of little gentlemen. When it comes to any kind of business, they're dry as monkeys. Look at this dry monkey business, which tonight is interior decorating.
Hey, Egghead, I'm ready to dictate. Yes, sir. Get away from here. What's the matter with you? Are you an idiot?
An imbecile, a moron? What are you laughing at?
8 to 5, I'm in there someplace.
Come on. Get over there and straighten up the file. Hey, broccoli head, come here. Do you think you can take a letter?
I don't think I know.
I don't think you know either, but go ahead. Dear sir. What do you got so far?
How do you spell sorry?
In your case, C-U-R. Continue. We are in receipt of your letter of the 16th and a reply. Oh! Remind me to send your head to the cleaners with the rest of the flat work. Get away from here.
All right, I'll use pen and ink. That's what I'll do. Come in.
Come in.
Come in.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
I'm Mr. Pennyfeather. Are you gentlemen painters and paper hangers?
We painters and paper hangers.
Are we painters and paper hangers?
Are we?
Why, you clumsy fool!
Oh, we're so sorry.
My clothes are all full of ink.
Oh, we'll fix that up, Larry. Now, take it easy. That's a nice grade of gabardine you got
Be
there.
careful with it.
All right, stand by.
Yes,
I knew I had to see you.
What is that?
Ink remover.
Ink remover. But look at this.
Oh, we'll have that off in a jiffy. You don't need that pocket anyhow. Go ahead.
Why, certainly.
There it is.
My best suit. And look at my shirt.
You don't need that anyway. Look here, Nickelfeather.
Pennyfeather.
Do you realize you've just struck one of the toughest men from the state of Texas? Go ahead, tell him.
Tell him, boy.
Now, look here, neighbor.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute there, Nickelfeather.
Pennyfeather.
You have again sullied the fair name of the great sovereign state of Texas. Order him off the premises.
You heard what I told you before.
Oh. Hike! 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 Here we go. Hike!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Why, oh, it's you. I didn't expect to see you right here. I knew you were in the...
Quiet! Get out of here. Oh, hello? Hello?
Is this a Miracle Paint Company?
Yes, it is, and our motto is if it's a good paint job, it's a miracle. What can we do for you, madam?
Well, I'd like to have my house painted and wallpapered in a hurry.
Well, that's how we do everything.
Are your prices reasonable?
We charge what the traffic will bear. Just a minute. How's the traffic today?
Heavy.
That'll be $100.
Your prices are crazy.
Oh, so's the California traffic.
Well, how soon can you be over?
Hold it. Get the color book out of the file. Why, we can be right over.
The address is 442 Smith Street.
We'll be right over.
I can't get... Oh! What's that? Oh!
Can't open the little file drawer. How did you ever get so stupid?
I got a charge account. What's your excuse?
Remind me to lower your salary and raise your forehead. Get out of here. Oh!
Oh. Uh-huh.
That's a queer contraption.
Yeah, ain't that quaint?
Ain't?
Yeah.
You mean isn't?
Yeah, isn't that quizzing?
Yeah. See, that's the way to do it. You gotta use your head.
Oh, you...
I saw you, and it's good for you. Good for you. Step aside and let an intelligent man show you how.
Intelligent?
Yeah.
How did you get so smart?
I went to college. I graduated. Went to Swedish Massage College.
Why did you go into that business?
I couldn't find enough Swedes to massage.
Go ahead. Never mind. Open that thing.
Yeah,
Why,
sure,
certainly.
man.
Go ahead.
Oh!
All right, go ahead. You went. I'll get...
Oh, what happened? He opened it, all right. We gotta get going.
Wait a minute.
What?
We gotta take our paint supplies with us.
Move the paints.
Come on.
Make ready. We gotta get in here.
We gotta get our stuff ready.
I gotta get my...
I know what it is.
Get right behind there with the paint stuff.
All right.
You get the painting book out of the file. All right, fix this for me, will you? All right,
Oh, it's open now.
Oh! Oh, my arm! Oh, my arm! They broke my arm! Oh, my arm is broken! Hey! It's open.
Oh. Here's the coloring book.
Culinary arts. Culinary arts. Painting. I always thought culinary arts was about cooking.
Shows you how wrong you can be. Culinary arts has got to do with colors.
Yeah. Oh, you have something there.
Where?
Never mind. We got to get over to the lady's house in a hurry. Let's go.
Let's get over here. Get your prep.
All right, I'll get that brush over there. And take that.
Darling, I never went through anything like I did this afternoon with those confounded painters. I hope I never see them again.
Don't worry, dear. I have some other painters coming over right away.
Good. They're not from Texas, are they?
What difference would that make?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Are they coming over soon? You know how important it is. After all, I have...
Yes, dear, I know. You're bringing the boss home for dinner, and you don't want him to see this old torn wallpaper and these soiled walls. Me so 100 times.
Well, my boss is peculiar. He likes everything spick and span.
Tell him to go jump in the lake.
Well, no, he prefers the ocean. He says the salt water...
Never mind. Now run along, dear, and don't worry. I've taken out most of the furniture so the men can get right to work.
Good.
Goodbye, dear. But where are those painters? We haven't much time. Only 4 hours to do this whole... It must be the painters now.
Hey, get the phone now.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me. I'm telling you. We have a thing. What do you think you've been doing? And you over there, take those pots off that chair. That's a genuine Duncan Fife.
Duncan Fife, eh? I'll take them off. Don't worry about it.
What's the matter?
That Duncan should be careful where he leaves his fife.
I would like to introduce my 2 assistants. This is Monsieur Shemp. When it comes to blending colors, he's a mixmaster.
He is?
Yeah, sometimes we stand him in the bowl and bake a cake with him.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Come on, get out of here. Oh, and this is Monsieur Larry, master paper hanger. Everywhere he's recognized as a great paper hanger.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Everywhere I go, they say this guy should hang. Charm.
And I, of course, head this outfit, lock, stock, and barrel.
He's a barrel head.
You're right.
Oh, this is outrageous. Get to work at once, you ruffian.
No. Take it easy, lady. Let's not be in a hurry. You know what that great man said about being in a hurry? Well, I forgot his name. Anyhow, he said you... How do you like that? I forgot what he said.
Yeah, well, never mind. Now, look, I want this room done in robin's egg blue.
Lady, we ain't got no time to go out robbing eggs.
Oh, shut up. Here's a coloring book.
Now, before we look at the color book, Monsieur Champ, as an expert, tell us confidentially, what, in your opinion, would make this room look inviting, livable, and good to the eye?
Confidentially?
Yeah.
Just a minute. Who's the guy next to you?
Well, it's you.
Oh, that's okay. Then I can be trusted. Now, what did you want to know?
I said, what, in your opinion, would make this room look inviting, livable, and good to the eye?
Food, drink, and a couple of dames.
Oh, look out. Word. What's the matter with him?
I think he's getting better. We better take him to a doctor. His brain's clearing up.
You'll have to excuse his manners, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. At least there's one gentleman in your midst.
You said it, babe. Pardon me. Now, for the colors you want, let's look in this culinary book.
Well, I can't understand it. It says mixed vinegar and salad oil. Then add lettuce, tomatoes, and diced carrots. What kind of paint is that?
Why, lady, ain't you heard of vegetable dyes?
Yeah, I'll go to the vegetable and get some.
Now, if you don't like that mixture, we have many more to suit your taste. Now, here's a dilly. It says here you take chopped apples, walnuts, mayonnaise, and dip in French dressing.
Well, you're not going to use that in my house.
Why not? Some night when you don't feel like cooking, you can eat off the wall.
Off the wall?
Why, certainly. A walled-off salad. I got that out of my own head.
You better put it back before somebody steps on it.
Well, here's the vegetables. What color do you want for that?
Oh, wait a minute, please.
How about a nice tomato red?
Tomato red?
My wall.
Hold that. boys, messing around. Hold it! Hold it! We got nothing left to put on the walls now. We'll have to go back to regular paint.
Well, thank heavens. Now, gentlemen, will you please hurry? My husband and his boss are coming to dinner, and the whole house must be finished before they get here.
Don't worry, madam. What do you want us to do first?
Well, I want that wall papered and that one painted.
You heard what the lady said. Get going. That wall papered and that one painted. Now, I think if we put a gorgeous pink on this side, we might straighten the thing out. And, of course, if we take a nice mustard brown, as sure as concealing the thing, our blending experts can blend them both together. Now then, if we take and make that door an old rose, we can, of course, take it with a mustard brown and wave it right in. We can blend all those things together. Now, when it comes here, we'll settle the whole thing by perhaps putting a dash of lavender over the whole thing, sort of make it a kind of a modernistic thing.
You gotta use your head to get this thing up here. I know what I'm doing here. I know that. There it is.
Now, that is what you call efficiency. When we get through, this room will be the greatest room from the rock-bound coast of Marjorie, Maine, to the sunny slopes of Lana Turner.
Oh, good. Oh, by the way, do you think you can repair that picture? It's a painting of my daughter, done by Whistler. Oh, surely you've heard of Whistler?
Oh, sure. I listen to his radio program all the time. Now, don't worry, ma'am. I'll take care of it.
Well, thank you. Now, I'll leave you boys to get to work, and please hurry.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, fellas, come here. You think we can fix that?
I don't see anything wrong with it right now.
What a babe. Oh, wait a minute. Remember, we are gentlemen first, and our feelings come second.
Well, let's get out of first and shift to second.
Oh, boy! What happened? Oh, I don't know. What happened?
Boys, I forgot to tell you. Please be very careful with that table. It's a very fine old table.
All right. Yeah. We'll make it look like new again. Yeah. Start on the table first, boys. Let's go. Get out your brush here. Yeah. All right. All right. When you know you have to when you got just
Hey! You were never cut out to be a painter, brother.
Oh, that's just a means to an end.
No.
Oh, hey, stupid! What are you doing there? Don't you realize what you're doing?
What I'm doing?
Come on, get busy.
All right, go ahead.
What's going on here? Will you please stop that whole thing? What are you doing here? Boom, will you standing up
Wait
there?
a minute, no. It's your fault. No, you don't.
Come out. Boom. You guys go in and paint the bedroom. I'll handle this. Go ahead. All right, I'll leave the bucket right here. Come in. Yes?
How do you do? My name is Fink. I represent the Punxsutawney Pressure Cooker Company, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We make the finest pressure cooker.
Hey, Mo, come in here and help us with the paint, will you?
Quiet. Can't come in now. I'm talking to a salesman. What'd you say, Bud?
How do you do? My name is Fink. I represent the Punxsutawney Pressure Cooker Company, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We make the finest pressure
Hey,
cooker.
Mo, what color paint should I use in this bedroom? Should I use the blue to match the lady's eyes or the brown to match her hair?
Use the green to match your complexion. Pretty funny crack, eh, Bud?
How do you do? My name is Fink. I represent the Punxsutawney Pressure Cooker Company of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We make the finest pressure cooker.
Hey, Mo, come in here and help us, will you?
Stop bothering me. I'm busy. What'd you say, Bud?
How do you do? My name is Fink. I represent the Punxsutawney Pressure Cooker Company of
Wait a minute. Why do you keep saying the same words over and over again? Is this your magnificent obsession?
No, you see, that's the way they teach us down at the office.
Well, why don't you try saying it in your own words? It might be a little more convincing.
Oh, okay, I'll try. Now, you see this little valve here? Well, the steam goes around, monkeys around in here, and then you see, the steam Well, you see the bottom here. How do you do? My name is Fink. I represent the Punxsutawney Pressure Cooker Company of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, so this is why you're so busy.
Yeah, go ahead, Bud.
How do you do? My name is...
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah! Go ahead, Bud.
How do you do? My name is...
Oh, I caught you, Hank, trying to get away without working, eh? Yeah, go ahead, Bud.
How do you do?
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Bud.
How do you do? My name
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Bud.
How do you do?
My name is Fink. Wait a minute! Hey, that's a pressure cooker. That's a mighty fine item, Bud.
It is?
Yeah, with that thing, you can make a beef stew in 2 minutes.
You can?
Yeah, and in 4 minutes you make a whole turkey dinner.
Heavens to Betsy. I think I'd like to have one of those.
Well, a small deposit will hold it.
All right. Here's $5.
You hold it.
Oh, that's fine. My wife has always wanted one of these. Oh, she'll be...
We seem to attract the oddest people. Yeah, that guy reminds me of my uncle. He was an igloo manufacturer.
An igloo manufacturer? How do you manufacture igloos?
Simple. You just take 2 eggs and glue them together.
Goodness, aren't you boys working yet?
How do you do? I represent the... Quiet!
Get to work!
You heard what the lady said. Get to work.
And what are you going to do?
Nothing. What about it?
Oh, I just thought I'd ask. I just like that.
I got to do this right. I was afraid of that. Oh, I can see like an owl now. We got to get that wallpapering done, boys.
Yes, sir.
Get a move on now. I'm stirring it. Don't worry about it.
All right, come on.
I got it. Got some wallpaper right up there.
All right,
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we are very efficient.
All right. Well, I got that. All right, I'll take this here thing there and I'll get that over here and put that down there. That's it. That's the way to take it. The way we go. Bring it over, boy. Come on, bring it over. That looks great now. Believe me, that looks fine.
I do think the potatoes will be finished soon.
Good, good. The boss will be here in a half hour.
Well, I'm serving buffet style.
Well, that's
because,
all right,
yeah,
too, darling.
It's one of the easiest
Pardon me,
ways
would
to
you
do
mind
it.
holding this? Oh, that looks great. Believe me.
Oh, Clara Brown, darling. I'm so sorry, darling. But, Clara, how can I undo the wrongs that have been done? Look, stay here, fellas. You can't do...
Hey, this paste is getting lumpy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. What'd he say? Hey, Nitwit. Yeah. Come on, get this paper off of him. I'll take it off. Just hold still there a minute. Go ahead, hold still.
Careful!
Hey, what's the matter with you? Nuts or something? Why, you... Clean them up. That's all your fault. All right, I'll clean them up. Hold still there. Hold still there now. Watch out. Go ahead. All right, now. He's got tender skin. That's what...
Yes, I have. Be very careful with it.
All right.
You!
It's quarter feather.
Pretty feather! I'll kill all of you! Why, you imbecile! You're the one who hired them!
Call me an imbecile.
Yes!
You?
Imbecile! Where did they go? Where did they go? I'll find them! Wait till I get my hands on those three moronic, stupid, bastard... Not that way, boys. That's the kitchen. This is the way out.
Oh, thanks. Say, you're not mad at us?
Of course not.
Well, it was a pleasure to do your painting and paper hanging.
And it's a pleasure to do yours.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And so ends the episode in which our three stooges tried their luck as interior decorators and met with misfortune. However, will they be cowards and never try it again? Are they spineless jellyfish? Quitters?
You bet your life we are.
Hello again, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of Zorro's Black Whip. Join us next week for part 2. Thanks again for tuning in. Good night.